But up, Kerrigan down, misses one shot, cost him his life in the end, but job done. 1 versus 3, bomb dropped again. He actually hit that. I thought he just caught the leg. He nailed that.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job from him. It's very common these days for the terrorists to try that. It can work out. You're just trying to bait out that first CT orb shot. If he misses, you're in pretty good grounds there to actually get a plant down. Doesn't work out for Astralis this time. Fnatic tied things up at 3-3. We do have another buy for Astralis. No orb this time. Will be 5 rifles. We'll see what kind of default they bring. It surely will be a default. Just trying to feel out the map and see if the CT is going aggressive at the start. And it's going to be actually 3 towards long once again, but it's going to be Astralis going into that area as well. Kerrigan getting flashed out. Does spot Vincere before the pit, and can he get that first frag? He can't. He comes on top once again. A 5-on-4 for Fnatic.
Fnatic starting to get rolling in these gun rounds. All the early picks, but there's a very important one on B. As the corralled site has an entry from Device, a Molotov, and Olaf. He's so close to getting the timing correct. They have to give it up and play the retake once more. Flash going to go out. No one's going to push on that just yet. Has an entry from Device, a Molotov, and Olaf. He's so close to getting the timing correct. They have to give it up and play the retake once more. Flash going to go out. No one's going to push on that just yet. Kerrigan has to hold them off. Nice shot up close from Natus. Could have been huge. As the second AWP comes into the fold
trying to go through that door toward the car, but he can't line up anything just yet.
They'll hear that. He's low on HP. He just sprays through, catches him before he can retreat. It's on Dupree. Sprays too soon. They've gone by him, but he has evaded. He's gone outside the site. He can try and hold this plant off. 1 versus 1. He can't hit the shots.
Oh,
maybe that sound is a miscue. The new AK misleading as suddenly they just take down Dupree. And a 4 versus 1. It's going to be a pause coming in, but it's a 4th straight round now for Fnatic.
Wowza. Okay, well, after getting that first pick, Fnatic get it back to the 4-on-4, and the B side is open. It's a man disadvantage there for Astralis. You see Olaf, like you said, smoked out, Molotov out, wait for his teammates to come in once again. It's a nice pincer from the CTs from tunnels. Dennis with that close range orb shot as well, but Dupree in a great position there, considering he got through the smoke and the CTs had no idea where he was. An uncharacteristic miss, well, multiple misses from him, and he can't find a single frag there. So bomb planted once again, and they do have a decent loss bonus as well at the 4th stage. So they will be able to buy into this round. The problem is no orbs once again. It will be limited in terms of, they'll have AKs, sure, but no smokes, no flashes, no incendiaries, or Molotovs, I should say. And Fnatic still rolling that double orb setup and keeping relatively decent numbers alive as well, as they get 4 players surviving the previous round. And we'll see what Astralis brings to the next one. So another technical pause, I assume. Oh, it's tactical on the screen, apparently, Matthew. So
well, they've got, I mean, this is the thing. So this doesn't just, obviously we were already biased based on the fact we've had 2 technical pauses, but this is, with the 30 seconds, why not? You're already 8 rounds in, you're halfway through the first half, use them, and this is what we're gonna see. It seems early at a 4-3 scoreline, but this is actually where the system's designed to work, and they can bring Zonic in for that 30-second period of time and talk things over. So I'm actually, this is good. This is what I want to see. I want to see teams using it correctly, and that's the right time.
It's going to take a little bit getting used to. You're absolutely right. I'm still kind of thinking the old mindset, you know. They've gone for a partial buy here, that's why they're using the pause. They definitely had options to get AKs, but it doesn't matter this round, though. Olafmeister nails 2 orb shots there to open things up. They're trying to go fast towards short and middle. Does not work out for them. He shuts them down, and it's going to be a 5-on-3. His Device, he edges his way towards the B side. He manages to negate the Molotov as well, but he does get ticked, so the CTs will hear that. I'm sure Lekro is going to be aware he's close range.
Oh, the Deagle definitely gives his position away. Olaf's going to beat him to the punch. It's 3 out of 3 kills so far in this round from Olaf, nearly 4. Oh, the leg shot. Kerrigan will get it back. No ace to come through just yet.
He has to fall back, though, so we can't recover the AWPs. There's still only 2 Tech 9s and no grenades, and Kerrigan on 15 HP. This is going to be desperately trying to open up the A site any way they can here, but surely that's going to be it now. The CD should be able to capitalize. And maybe another kill there. Doesn't work out for them. Does do decent damage, and it's going to be... You like that noise?
I did like that noise. It's mild surprise from Henry G.
Yeah, they're not too excited, but yeah, mild surprise definitely covers it. But this is a good move from Astralis, I think. They know they need the AWP in their hand and Device, and we'll see what they can bring to the table here, especially up against 2 AWPs on the CT side. Fnatic starting to look comfortable for sure. After losing the pistol, they win 5 rounds in a row, and Device does not pull the trigger there on the cross. Looking to see if anyone will challenge him and try and go for that first kill here. But Dennis seems ready towards middle. Not going to be challenged just yet. And Olafmeister, this is what we expected to see. That dynamic play from the CT side. Looking for the first frag, with the flashbang's good. Olafmeister in a bit of a hardship here as he crawls out.
Creep away. Just get away while you can. Get the smoke out as well to make sure that he's safe from anyone pushing down from middle. Anyone wrapping around the corner. It's going to be Twist inside the doorway instead. And Device staring that down firmly. He dare not cross. Flash will go over. Kerrigan catches himself as much as anyone else with that, though, but it does let him get to the Xbox. That's the goal, because now they can start to work out toward it. And remember what we said, when we see this execution come in more recently, every single team seems to have picked up on it at around the same time. The isolation smoke toward the top of the ramp to cut off the players at long. It puts a lot more pressure on the AWP, especially with the drop, as we often know teams always try and run.
Well, they've managed to get full short control here, so the execution potential is there. KRB just trying to show some presence towards B as well, stop the rotations potentially as well. The bomb still towards the top middle. I would speculate this will be some sort of execute play. Obviously, you have the option to go for the fallback and actually fake it towards middle as well.
And this is where I do expect the isolation smoke to come in. The issue is they've only got 2 to work with, because the isolation smoke right now leaves Venton at long, and Venton's been excellent in that position, as we saw with the pistol and then with the M4 to follow it up. So will they get that smoke in? Can they implement it being low as they are? No, they're gonna go with the traditional ones, and that long one toward quad, it's such a huge opportunity. Olaf, the lack of utility, takes full advantage of it. 2 quick kills, device goes down. Kerrigan, he's still on top of the site to hold off what is a bomb plant coming in from Xyp9x, but it's a 3 versus 5 in the post plant for Astralis. KRB, he's gonna run back on Cat as well to get closer to his teammate, but he needs to hold that position. They elect not to contest. They're gonna have to go strength in numbers and brutal force toward the site, rather than trying to take it from the position it's planted for at Catwalk. And then if they do this correctly, if they can find the kills on the way through, they'll have the numbers to defend the plant. It's gonna be Kerrigan that's spotted first, lovely one tap. Venting goes down, Xyp9x has the other, and from height, from range, they're taking the fight to them. Fnatic's losing numbers everywhere. Kerrigan, another kill down to the 2 versus 2, but Olaf, he pulls back in with 1. Kerrigan has this planted. The decision not to go for Catwalk, it leaves him in prime, but they're on the defuse, and he gets dropped. Twist will win the round for them. And Fnatic's gonna get their 6th.
Oh, it was a 5-on-3. We saw the lack of utility there. Working against Astralis, you do need flashbangs to actually negate the AWPer. It's supposed to make him feel uncomfortable and miss that first shot, but Olaf Meister, that's a bit too easy there. Nails the first 2 shots, and Astralis do very well to actually get it into that sort of situation. It was 2v1 towards the end, the bomb ticking away, but that had to take the bit of the risk there. 1 player diffusing, 1 covering, and managing to deliver on that final kill as well. An interesting setup as we go into round number 10. The auto sniper comes out for the CT side. It's going to be in the hands of Dennis this time, as Kerrigan, he's got the AWP. Does fire off the shot towards long corner, but smoked out of position for now. He was using the spawn place gameplay at the start there, trying to get that first pick, but swaps it back over towards device. I'm interested to see what Dennis brings to the table here. He's got the auto sniper towards A ramp. So, what you normally say when that's brought out, that's normally to the detriment of the CT side. It seems to be one of those weapons that can be very hit or miss, and we'll see if it works out. I think the double AWP setup was working fantastically for them. It's an interesting decision to switch things up. Oh, okay.
Twist, the shot started off in mid.
Where's the flashbang?
I'm starting to question that as well. I mean, I know money's a factor still for Astralis trying to pull back into this game, but at least use them for the basic principles of...
Yeah, they were limited in the last round, to be fair. Once they got the short control, they were relying on the smokes to get them in position, but it looked very easy for Olaf Meister. In that scenario as well, dupree's going to face towards mid. You want 1 flash going over just to stop the close-range player to be there. That should be taking him out of the scenario. He has to just defend at that point, but another advantage for Fnatic. It's actually been 6 rounds in a row now since they started the gun rounds.
And they're going to go back toward long to try and take it. They haven't done this in 2 rounds. They've elected to give it up entirely. Venton's gone clever. It's a tight position to hold in by the blue bin. It's almost one and done unless they come through carelessly side by side, and you can spray transfer.
Would be fine in this scenario. They're considering it go down to a 4-on-3. I still think he'd be happy with that, but the face is the perfect time. Looking for the spray down. Headshot's another. That's Kerrigan, but still, he does the job. I think that's enough, considering he's got the information for his teammates.
And Dennis with the auto sniper takes the head off KRB, who had the crosshair placement, but that's going to end it. Xyp9x is going to try and head for the hills, but the hills, they're being guarded right now by Olaf, top mid AWP. All right, Xyp9x, clever enough, switches over to it. He wants to try and keep this into the next round for his teammates. 6 seconds he has to survive, and then the dead time, the freeze time afterwards, so it's AK as they get close. On the other side of that smoke, you'll see the bullet holes. Wait as long as possible. Another one through it. That's going to keep him and the AWP. So at least something to keep going forward for Astralis.
Yeah, you can see the city's wanting to take him down. If you're not aware, if you die after the time has expired, obviously without the bomb planted as well, you get no money going into it. That's why it's a very lucrative kill for the cities to try and pick up there. They don't manage to pick him up. It's actually very clever from Xyp9x there, taking that first AWP shot, upgrades to the AK, drops the smoke in the long doors, finds that next kill as well. So they managed to get an AWP into round number 11 here. It's 7-3. But the AWP in someone like Device, if he can get rolling with it, there's certainly potential here to actually get rolling. But Olaf just rips his head off there, pushing through mid doors, completely capitalizes there, and it goes back towards Kerrigan. It seems the Device is getting absolutely dominated so far in this matchup in terms of the AWP battles. It's another 5-on-4. The auto sniper still ringing true for Dennis as Kiabi shows some presence towards short. Has to be careful though, as his teammates do go back towards B. In terms of grenade, they've got a couple of flashbangs and a Molotov. Not enough to actually go for the mid split. You need a smoke at least to actually even attempt that. So wants to play here, dupreeh. Very proficient with the deagle, looking for that first pick as Kelby does go first though.
Back away slightly as well. Still this man deficit. We talked a little about Lekro leading into this. He hasn't had to do much. 3 and 5. He's been playing rotation over to A mostly. They haven't really hit him hard on the B site. And when they have, he's either isolated or Olaf's been getting the bulk of the kills. This time around, Olaf lines up. Can't get the kill through as Zipix down on 17. Flash, and what a shot through the box. Kerrigan finds it. And it's going to give Dupree the entrance. Lekro only able to compensate for 1. Twist is in window early, but a Molotov immediately to his position. Goes a little deep, but it will spread backwards. He elects not to fight forward. He's got to wait for rotations. So 3 versus 3, a bomb plant coming in for Astralis. But an AWP on Kerrigan and an M4 picked up on Kirby. It's only Dupree left with a Deagle to hold off 2 kits. And now 1 flash, no flash is left as they go over. They're going to go quickly, try and cut them off. Dupree still in behind the box, manages 1. The pistol getting a kill is beneficial because now the rifles just have to hold off Fenton. And Kerrigan and Kirby will do exactly that.
Well, there it is. It was 1 AWP brought into this round, and it was Device going down first. They adjust themselves towards the B side there, but Olafmeister, it's one of those positions towards the back platform. If you hit the first shot, you're in great position at that point. You know you're going to sit back, wait for the rotations in. He legs that first player. They know exactly where he is, and Kerrigan takes a little bit of luck to actually hit that shot there, but he nails him through the box and manages to pick up the 4th round here for the T side. But we go back to the double AWP setup. No auto sniper nonsense this time as Astralis, they go for the long take once again, using their spawns and the smokes to actually dissect the map at this point and push the CDs back to the site. When you're in this sort of position, it's actually probably one of the strongest you can be in the T side. You've got control of a really valuable part of the map, and you can go back into an A split where the CTs are actually a little bit isolated on the bomb side themselves.
Dennis with the op just watching out toward long as this time they've had to go passive, or elected to go passive rather, as they put more pressure onto short. So Venton not in his burrow.
Here's the adjustment though from the CT. You can see that Dennis on the A side by himself with the AWP. He's just looking for that first kill, not committing fully. He's wanting to see if Ateris goes in the pin, goes to that first face, and his teammates towards short, stopping that A split being a possibility.
And oddly enough, the one time they try and shut down the catwalk position, it's exactly when Astralis take advantage of the long. They've gotten in toward pit as well. Dennis unable to spot it. This Device that's spamming at the boxes, they'll know he's there from that alone. As Kirby again, the one to play solo to try and enter in from catwalk. He's not exactly been able to pick up favorable duels. He's been 1 for 1 at best, but sometimes that's enough, especially with his team getting so far up long. Dennis is able to stay alive nearly. Hits the 2nd shot, but Dupree, he finds the head instead. Now Kirby's gonna go for 2. That's much better. Now they've got catwalk. He just has to hold this off. Quick kill from Olaf's gonna leave them just 1 man trailing as they go for this retake. Kits on just Olaf as Lekro, no utility on either of them for that matter, as he starts off with the AK-47, fires into the smoke toward Goose, and it's just trying to buy time and space for Olafmeister as he fires as Olaf runs. As soon as he stops, it's back to walking. He wants to catch them off with the jumping up, can't find it, and it's gonna be Device to hit him down. Dupree's gonna follow it up, 7-5. We're gonna be as back and forth as anyone would have expected with these 2 teams.
Very textbook round there from Astralis, perfectly played. They get the long control at the start with the smoke on the corner, just overwhelming the CTs with flashbang. No frags exchange, but the fact you managed to keep 5 players alive in that scenario is very beneficial for the terrorists there. You can see how difficult it is for the CTs towards short. Once you're having 2 players there, you're very vulnerable towards flashbangs, and you can see that actually being a horrible affair for them as they're trying to defend, and the player in towards pit being a nuisance, and they push on the A side perfectly in that point. It's a really good round. They've broken the economy of Fnatic as well. We're going to round number 13. A scout has been purchased by Olaf. A Deagle for Twist, and he's going to push into the tunnel tick. Could be a little bit of a nuisance as he gets an opportunity to get the 1D, but it doesn't land, and a couple of kills coming in for Astralis here to open up this round.
Yeah, good start. Again, they have to be efficient in these situations. Venton as well with the scout, gonna try and see above again. You talked about it, the mechanics change. They can't necessarily go for the jump. You have to hit it at the apex now.
Yeah, before you could actually jump scout any point of your jump and you'd be fully accurate. Now it has to be the very height of the jump, right? But Device, he finds his 2nd frag of the round, and Dennis, he manages to find the scouts, gives it over to his teammate Lekro, and at this point the round is over. They can find a couple of kills and take some leftover weapons to the next round. That'd be great. In terms of their economy going to the next round, they're actually not going to be in a fantastic position. This is going to be actually a chance for Astralis to get right back into this game. I don't think there'll be an AWP available, as now it's up to Kiabi to defend the last few remaining CTs. Doesn't want to give too much away. Lekro finds a kill, but that's all he'll find. And there is 1 player, that's all that's going to drop as we're going to round number 14. So a match has been paused again. This should be tactical for Fnatic at this point, right? You get to the side and you want to just kind of discuss. It's not the last round here, so they could buy into this round. It won't necessarily be the best buy. I think they probably will, considering I think they've got $44, maybe $4,500 average per player. Lekro, $4,800. He could drop over an AWP. He'd need like a FAMAS in return or an M4, and we'll see what they decide to do here. But still, a good time just to discuss the approach into the next round. We can see Astralis now looking a little bit more comfortable. We said it to be a close game, and so far it's definitely delivering after that amazing spell from Fnatic to kick things off.
So in 14 rounds, we've had 2 of the new timeouts used. I think this is going to be something we're going to, again, get used to as viewers as much as understanding the meta of what's going on and when we might expect to see them. I don't disagree with it. They're 30 seconds, they're quick. Slower games, it may seem like it's adding some space to them, but they're so essential. And this, like we say, it brings the coaches in. It does so much for them.
Yeah, you have to remember you have 4 now. So before you could have one 2-minute pause throughout the entire map, right? Now you can use 2 per half, I believe, with 30 seconds each side.
And they don't stack, yeah. If you don't use your first 2 in the first half, they're not carried over.
Exactly, right. So that's why it's obviously beneficial to use them, and these are the key moments to try and bring it out. So the buy comes in. Fnatic don't have an orb. They have the option to drop on over, but it's to be 5 M4A1s here, and they get 1 kit, and this could maybe straight up be rush here. Brutal force coming in from Astralis, but Lekro gets that first kill.
Lekro's gonna swing out again, second as well, Kerrigan down. Response comes in immediately though from Astralis as Kirby and Xyp9x are able to find trades in the favorable fashion to allow the bomb now in the hands of Xyp9x into the default. And they'll leave Device well and truly behind. He can peek out late with the AWP from tunnels, but he has to cover off the spiral staircase as well. You're right, it is risky, specifically because they put him so far back toward T-spawn to cover this crossfire. They've already deterred any initial threat from the front of the site. They've already persuaded Fnatic by force over toward these tunnels, but the smoke off at the mouth, Device is gonna have to play this on sound to allow them by.
It's almost perfect, right? Then it's not accounting for him at all.
However, they've still got the crossfire set. They're in the site. They don't account for him at all. They're gone by him, but they're surely gonna have to figure this out. That the AWP, yep, and the smoke comes out, and that's a flash instead. Okay, regardless, exactly that. Process of elimination, he's nowhere to be seen. They know he's on the AWP, and after they go by and they're able to pinch the site, it was a bit of a problem for Device not to get any information on them early.
Yeah, I think he had to be a bit more committed in that scenario. He needed to be with his teammates. They were by themselves on the B site, and he lets them go past Shaw, and you said he was playing on the sound cues there. Had his teammates picked up 1 kill, it might have been more possible for him, but like you said, once they killed the 2 teammates, it was only a matter of time before they worked out where he was coming from. The flash comes in, and he gets taken down. So round number 15 comes in. Still money available for the T's, and the orb comes out once again for Fnatic, and we'll see what they can do in the last round here. It's been Fnatic winning the half, but still anyone's game at this point. So that long take comes in once again. Wenton standing strong as he finds the first kill.
Flash over, he's gonna try and find the gap in the smoke toward the blue bin again. There is one that exists, Xyp9x is in it. Can't quite land it, he's still there. He's left himself toward this long position. Molotov's gonna come in. He just needs to stay committed long enough to hold Venton off and distract so that he can't support Dennis in this play toward Quad. He's got the first shot in though. Damaged on Kirby, a kill in on Device, and a team crater actually from Kirby as he jumps back down. So assist for Dennis as a result, but life was too much for poor old Kirby in the end. It's probably too much for Xyp9x in this case as well on a 1 versus 3 to close out the half, so we could potentially see, we won't discount the possibility of brilliance yet, but potentially see a 9-6 scoreline for Fnatic.
Yeah, Xyp9x now just holding up and hoping one of the counter-terrorists make a mistake at this point. You can see he's limited of options, 34 HP, no grenades, and the bomb down as well towards short. He probably can pick that up. I don't think there's anyone waiting for it, and the minimap suggests there's a player in CT spawn, so he gets the bomb, and now he has got a chance to try and do something with this. A small chance, I should say.
He's crossed over without being spotted. I'd love to say, hey, he can get a bomb plant for money, Henry, but it's round 15.
Yeah.
I know you were thinking it, so I just wanted to get that off the cards first. This is the secondary position. Okay, so not spotted. Now he can get the bomb down. At least it'll pull them all toward him, and he can try and play this perfectly. Yeah, but Fnatic sticking together here. They're happy with the bomb to go down. Their retakes have been fabulous, I have to say, in terms of how efficient they've been with them. So this is the most important one, though. 3 versus 1, Xyp9x needs that first kill to even have an opportunity to actually make this a possibility. Such a tight unit. Flash in, they'll spot him crossing surely. I'm not sure if Wenton was still lined up to see it. Regardless, through the window, 1 spray transfer not there. Venton's got it as expected. Fnatic will go 9-6. And they elect to stick together. It's round 15. No reason not to. A very interesting half, Matthew. Astralis opened up with 3-0, but the Fnatic really came to life from that point. They actually managed to pick up, what was it, 6 rounds in a row, maybe 7, and then Astralis came back in with some nice executions there, some great play towards long, actually managing to push the CTs back, some very nice, efficient A splits. But the problem is now for Fnatic, yes, they won the first half, but now Astralis switch over to the CT side, and we saw some amazing comeback from them, especially against G2 yesterday, and this is where they come into their own, so still anyone's game for sure. So 9-6, they split. And it is an affair that we knew would be back and forth. These two teams, explosive, lots of skill, and Dust 2 favors itself to wide open gameplay. Fantastic shot from Dennis, by the way, on that.
Yeah. It's interesting to see him and Olaf Meister being the main authors in this team. He did speculate whether Twist would be taking that role, but it doesn't seem to be the case at all. He wants to be the rightful player, and to be fair, you can't argue the results so far. Dennis doing a sterling job, but towards that A side as well, hitting everything in front of him, and he brings out the auto sniper for a bit of fun as well. But this is when it gets interesting. That score on the scoreboard is incorrect, I believe. I would hope so. We haven't missed a round.
Yeah, that would definitely be wrong.
Hopefully we haven't missed a round.
Well, it says match paused, so I'm imagining that probably what happened is the E-bot skipped through.
Surely not.
It probably skipped through warm-up. They thought they were in warm-up. Someone just ran around and spawn killed everyone, and then it counted the round. It's an E-bot thing. This is very easy to fix. You just subtract the round, then E-bot goes back to the halftime, and we get underway.
It was actually live.
Really?
I think so. I just had it in my ear. We missed the pistol.
Lovely. I was speculating that there's no way that could have happened, but apparently
yeah, I was looking at the money and stuff and the rebuys. That looks like it was a played round, which is...
So what happened is we do the halftime breaks now. It's something we do in Pro League.
Yep.
Teams are aware of it. Both teams just disregarded it. Not intentionally, they just forgot. So they played it and then realized, oh wait, we were supposed to wait the 2 minutes.
I guess
obligatory timeline as
so who won
states.
it? Fnatic won it, so they are at 10-6.
That's impressive. Well, there you go. That's not confusing or anything.
I can't really tell you what happened. I didn't see it myself. I did have the PC in front of me. I could have watched it. I just didn't think that would be a thing.
I didn't think that was a thing either, but 10-6, Fnatic win the pistol. So there you go.
It's all
Let's see what else we can gift wrap, unwrap today from under the tree. All kinds of surprises.
A B rush potentially for Fnatic, just straight in. No messing around. Not my favorite approach, I have to say, but looks like it will be fine as they do negate the first Deagle shots. Oh, maybe not.
Oh!
As Dupree gets two, looking for the third. He gets shut down and it comes back to a 3-on-3. What a way to open it up.
Deagles and Dupree go hand in hand, I must say. He's so good on the gun, and like you say, they looked like they were going to negate it. There was so much damage dealt, but now they finally get control of the bomb site. Twist will be the one to put a default.
This is why you don't go for B rushes and anti-ecos. It's such a high-risk maneuver, especially if you've got players with the Deagle there. You can be shut down. It's a very tight choke and one of the tightest on the map, and they do get punished for it, but the round should be secure at this point. You can see Astralis don't have much to work with. All three players coming from the tunnels, and it's going to work against them, just like it did for Fnatic, open things up here. So Wentz in spots two. He gets the first shot of the headshot of the UMP there, and now the CTs have to fall back. They'll be saving their Deagle and body armor as well, so it's not a complete redundant save. They'll be seeing if any terrorists go a little bit more aggressive and trying to take them down, but it's the same sort of scenario. It's not really worth Fnatic hunting for them here, but I guess Twist has got the Mac 10 and a UMP for Wenson. It's worth money for them.
Exactly. You don't want to give up any more frag money potentially to them, specifically where they've got such a good lead. You're on the CT side. It's more expensive.
So why I say the B rush for me doesn't really work out on the anti-eco, it's just so high risk. It's not really something you have to force in there. Sure, it can work, and in that round it does work out for them in the end, but still you just have no idea if you're into a stack. You don't really know what's going to be happening there. And against these sort of players like Dupree, giving them opportunity to spray you down with multiple targets on the screen, that can be problematic. They do manage to escape danger there, and they should be securing themselves the third round as well. It's a full eco for Astralis as we go into round number 18. A few P250s. And a Deagle as well. Kiawe's got the body armor, which he saved, as I said before. So that's worth the save for sure. But Dennis, ruthless as ever. He comes out towards long and finds 3 kills with the UMP, lights them up, and it will be the round secured. Okay, Kiawe, he's got something to reply with, though.
So much money grabbed from Dennis before he goes down, though. That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for Astralis. We know the CT side for them on this map is particularly good when they get things rolling. Obviously, it's been a long time since KGB's been around, but they did have a very structured and regimed CT side in that sense. But if they can't get the money, if they can't get the momentum, that negates it altogether before it even exists. Kirby's going to try and get in position. They're going to buy guns next time regardless, so they might as well do what they can to the economic situation of Fnatic. Elevator, jump shot perhaps. There's the Mac 10 down below in the hands of Dupree, not quite getting in position just yet. Maybe even a boost at this point in time if Kirby stays there long enough, but they're already spotted by Lekro as he slides down the ramp. That's going to take the first gun down, the first threat down, and the Deagle's not able to connect anything. It's a difficult gun when you don't hit the first bullet.
Once you give it that full spray, you're committed, yeah, it's going to be difficult to recover from it, and they learn the lesson the hard way. It's going to be round number 19, the first gun round, and you can see Device, he has got the AWP. He didn't invest as much as his teammates into that second round, so this is what we wanted to see. This is the battle when it really gets exciting. We know Astralis are so good on their CD side. It's another uphill struggle. They did it against G2 with a 13-5 deficit. So this is one better map, so surely they can provide us some magic once again.
Oh, Device doesn't quite spot the cross from Twist in the Xbox. Molotov already scorching Inferno toward the top of the stairwell. That'll quickly extinguish itself, and Twist will start to push, clear out barrels, crosshair placement. Always have to consider that position, although it's not common we see players there. At least not pre-plant positions. WP on device not being at this car as well is going to put more pressure and importance on holding off long.
This will be A fake. You can see the bomb towards B tunnels for now. So if they were going to execute in, I would speculate they'll smoke towards the A side, try and pull the rotations over and go back towards mid. Maybe Dennis will go in by himself, just go towards spawn and try and get the backstab coming in there. That's a smoke towards CT. So it's not so much a full fake, it's trying to have him come in the back and see what he can do in terms of rotation kills.
Drop down rotation through CT.
Back.
Yeah, this is interesting. They are going to go on it.
They miss a smoke or something? I could see a smoke towards nowhere near CT spawn. I think they fluffed it.
Well, they've got it on the inside of the mid, you're right, and I'm not 100% sure if that did go out. It 100% did. I just saw it. It was back toward the scaffolding. So that because of one missed smoke, they didn't want KRB to have the lineup. They're going to go back over toward A. They're late getting there. Dennis has killed Twist, though. So thank you very much for the gift, Fnatic. As Venton does pull back onto Xyp9x, but Kerrigan at long has to concede. As they only had 2 on the A side early, he's got to push so far back. They've got to play the retake game. It's planted for Catwalk as well, and so far no one there yet for Astralis as they just start to rotate through middle now. And it's Venton that's been very good at holding angles on the CT side that now has the obligation of doing so again here. And Lekro's going to play in off of him as well. This is strictly to hold this position. What a shot from Dupree as he walks up Olaf down. That's going to pull Lekro's position back, and they're going to go on CT. They're going to give up Catwalk. They want strength in numbers, but the position, it's still strength from above and death from above as Venton will take Device's head off. It's down to a 1 versus 1 and ball planted for him. Kerrigan's gone. It's going to go 13-6, and Venton's in a prime position to try and catch him on the cross. Kerrigan's aware of it. But if the AWP goes down, it could be punishing. That's a big kill, at least, to keep the gun alive.
Yeah, difficult position there as well. Losing the first few frags. Team kills coming in for Fnatic as well, but Lekro and Venton, the new boys of the team, deliver. And a key round as well. Yes, Astralis saved the AWP, but they were up against it in terms of they'll be happy to recover that one. The UMP killed towards CD spawn, and then Venton lighting them up with the AK-47 there. It's going to be a force buy from Astralis here. The chips are down. What can they deliver here, round number 20? It's going to be a UMP, a FAMAS, an AWP. So they're going to be trying to build around this AWP. Olaf Meister losing the battle in the previous round. Let's see if he can step up here. His Device, he goes hunting, using that smoke as a veil as they go for another B rush here. Dupree to hold them off.
Twist gets the shot, though. That's going to push them back outside of the site. KRB gets aggressive. Oh, thank you very much. Twist clotheslined as he tries to cross the door. Down to a 3 versus 3 again as the smokes there will prevent. Smokes there being door will prevent the cross. A re-entry from any Astralis players. Not the same plant at default. Lekro goes triple stack. Nearly gets tagged down through the smoke because of it. And no one yet inside of the tunnels. They're all going to stay inside the site. That information will be relayed as soon as Kerrigan gets in position, as he's gone all the way around through G-Spawn with the M4. And he's one of the 2 players, Xyp9x being the other with a kit.
Well, the retake comes in, the incendiary is dropped as well. That's going to be key. It's going to force Olaf into a difficult position, but they've got the smokes down as well. The retake comes in. This killer is vital. Olaf gets it, but Xyp9x chimes in with a UMP. It's going to be a 2 versus 1. He's the last player remaining. SMG to work with, and there it is. Dennis finishes things off 14-6. It was an all-in moment from Astralis. They go into the next round with not much cash, and 1 round away from match point for Fnatic, looking incredibly strong right now. That was big, and it was a situation where Astralis could have pulled it back, but now they need to decide what to play. I think they have to buy in this scenario. I don't think they have a choice. They're going to be building around $3,400. That's maximum loss bonus now. 5-0 on the second half as KRB comes in with the first rifle. They have taken a pause here. Like we said, on 2 on either side, definitely a time to take it and work out how you can win this round. Very difficult scenario. They haven't really got rolling here on the CT side at all.
And obviously this map, unlike the first one this morning, not for elimination. Both these teams 1-1.
Yeah.
But a good step forward for Fnatic, and it knocks Astralis down into a position where they have to fight the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, the buy comes in. 14-6. Maximum loss bonus means they'll only get 3 FAMASes. No kit so far. 3 smokes. And 1 round away from match point for Fnatic. They're looking great so far. Dennis with 21 kills. Venton not far behind at 17. At this point, the pause comes undone. A lot of pressure on the man who's screen right now, Dupree. Known to be one of the strongest entry fraggers on the planet, and we'll see whether he can deliver here. As he's on the CT side of just a FAMAS to hold them off.
I like the addition of these team banners they've thrown up above the stage this time, all the player names on them. They complement the New York Islander banner as well. As Dennis gets the cross over toward long right away out of spawn, he's got the fast spawn for it, so he's already in toward the box, not spotted originally, but they get the information despite the flash going down as they hear him push in. So Astralis is able to compensate for it. Good response post timeout as they get all 3 first kills in the round. It's Olaf left in behind the smoke. And Device nearly walked into it. He's going to try and push in. Remember, Olaf spotted. Remember, there is the shadow position here. So now that he's gone outside the long cave, it's very hard to get back in. Flash will allow him to do so, but Device smartly gets away. There's no need to give up any kills considering the situation right now.
Yeah, definitely not. Just need to stay alive here, Astralis. Don't need to overface this. The money is in the bin at the moment, so every kill is going to be valuable for Fnatic. They're trying to bully their way towards the long area there. At that point, they had the decent spawn, but Astralis with 3 players there, shut it down. It's Carrigan with 2 frags as well, getting that final one through the smoke. So this should be round over. Should be for Fnatic. Statement there. They're trying to, as we hit the 1 minute mark, towards the long area there, working with the AWP towards long doors. But Device and Carrigan, a clever setup for them. As soon as one player goes down, they're going to get the refrag. So shouldn't be too scary in this scenario.
Device is in such a perfect position not peeking that. As soon as Olaf's this wide in the peak and spots Carrigan, it's a crossfire set. So long as Carrigan doesn't make a mistake right now and show himself when he's behind the bin.
This fine
Olaf's okay, he's gone into the false sense of security. Good job, at least for Device, to pull it back. That could have been a problem if Olaf expected his presence.
Yeah, the setup they had, though, regardless of the mistakes made, they had the refrag potential there, and that's absolutely fine. So Olaf only finds 1 kill, and the good news is Astralis do manage to keep 4 players alive, so Fnatic can buy this, but considering the lead they have right now, it would be a little bit reckless to do so. I think they just need to keep their money strong, and 1 player is buying, that's Dennis. He actually had, I think, almost $7,000. He goes for a full buy in this round, so his teammates are not going to be joining him. He's just trying to inflict some economical damage towards the CTs here with a single AK. It's not a big deal. He still can buy it the next round. I think he could have dropped an AWP over there. That would be more beneficial to them overall, but still. Device boosted up towards short, and Zipex finds that first kill towards lower B, actually facing for those mid doors, and takes down Olaf Meister.
Zipex starting to come into his own on the CT side, as he often does on this map. We're still expecting a little more from Device to step up.
What?
Carrigan through smoke twice! And now onto the B2000, he'll take down Dennis, who is tagged up by his teammate Lekro. Not quite, but Device is there. What a play, though, to get it rolling and maybe a little bit more wind back in the sails of Astralis.
Yeah, they're coming to life here on the second half now, but still, Carrigan fully blind through its smoke, gets the 3-man and comes undone for the PT50 kill, the PT1000 kill, sorry. But look at that, fully blind, they're spraying in one direction, they're just running into his crosshair at that point. This kill was impressive though, managing to pull out the PT1000 and finish things off. Lekro doing damage to his teammate, but that's round over, and here we go then, a chance for the comeback as we get into the next round. It's gonna be number 23. Lekro though, it's aggressive from Device. I think he had an MP9, he was trying to find that first kill towards the top of middle, gets completely punished for it. 5 on 4, 1 step closer to match point here. At this point though, Fnatic don't really need to commit. You can see they've actually got 4 players outside the B tunnels waiting for a reaction. Dust 2 is another map similar to Cash in that respect. As soon as you lose a frag and you lose a part of the map, you need to be reclaiming parts on the other side. As they won't be doing that for now. They're actually going to just have 1 player towards the B side. That's Carrigan, but he has got the AWP ready to defend.
Ready to defend indeed, but out toward middle with no one else inside of the B side with him. So he's got to pick his battles here quite cleverly, and I think this is the one he needs to focus on, obviously, as we know what it is, but it leaves him so vulnerable if he plays that window position instead. Peek out from the left, and he wasn't set, he wasn't ready. Venton nails it, they're going to go in. And map point potentially on the line here for Fnatic as it's Zipex, Dupree, and Kirby that have to rotate back over toward the B side. 2 kits, that's all they've got. 2 Molotovs, I suppose, yep, they're going to back it off.
The money was weak anyway, we saw Device, he pushes middle with an MP9. I'm not sure that's the right call. Surely you want to be getting the UMP. That's a weapon that's viable in closer scenarios. You play a bit more defensive. They had an AWP as well, and it was a bit of an all-in moment, and it goes against him at that point. It was just Fnatic playing the numbers game, and Carrigan, he had to step up there. He goes on the platform. Venton just blows his head off though with the AK. That was the shot. That was the one that decided the round pretty much, and he can't land it. And it will be 15-8 at this point. Tough times from Astralis, but we do say their CD side is one of the best in the world and Dust 2, so maybe they still have enough in the chamber here to actually pull back, and money still is available. It's not like they've been completely broken here. It's a tough and bitter pill to swallow in this scenario, allowing Fnatic to get to 15-8, but they're trying to look at the bigger picture and say, well, we need money going forward here. It's very unlikely we'll win this round, and Zipex finds a kill onto Olaf Meister. Ultimately, doesn't mean too much, but maybe they can upgrade one of those Famises. I don't think they did quite. No, they didn't. Well, here we go then. 1 more required. Match point obtained by Fnatic. Looking incredibly strong here on Dust 2 so far. 5-0 was the initial lead they had in the second half, and 1 more to finish it off. The money has come in for Astralis. An AWP purchase for Device, and let's see what he can do. Does he go for that first pick once again?
It's Carrigan out toward long. Device in mid, hasn't found anything. He's going to rotate back over, so they're going to go with their standard 3-1-1 setup that Astralis was famed for, but it's a fast play from Fnatic. Smoke out of the tunnels. They're going to go. Dupree shuffling over toward Kara. Flash in. turn their backs. He spotted them, but that's going to give him a way they line up. It nearly gives him a chance to find a second, as a fast play from Kirby will drop bomb temporarily, and that's going to scatter Fnatic inside of the site, but it does mean inside of the site they now have control as Kirby goes aggressive. That could cost them dearly, as it's back to a 3 versus 3 as a result. And bomb plant sure to come in as soon as the jump's done. That's already gone off. Olaf Meister's the one to do so. Default plant as well, and one player already, at least for Astralis, has made progress in the tunnels and close to the mouth already is Kerrigan. As the smoke will go in, bounce smoke could cover off the back of the site against Dennis. Flash to buy him space, he could start to focus out toward window in the doorway. He's gonna have to shuffle wide because his teammate down inside by default. Olaf still focusing on door directly. Good Molotov to force him out, but that smoke is actually gonna work. Kerrigan finds the opening inside of Closet. It's Lekro with only 1 kill, and they actually pull it off in the 3 versus 3 with a very convincing fashion.
It didn't look likely there, but somehow Astralis stay alive. Incendiary was absolutely key there towards the back platform, and they had to choose whether they throw it towards the bomb site or the platform itself. It's perfectly placed. The flashbangs come in as well. You can see Dennis is burning alive at the back of the platform, trying to find a kill and return. He can't make it happen. But now only 6 required from Astralis. It may sound like I'm maybe over-egging it a little bit, they're saying only, but still, it's a lot closer than what they were. No orbs available for Fnatic now. It's a scout in the hands of Twist. They will be buying into this round with 4 AKs as well. Few smokes to work with. This is the round that counts. If Astralis can get the double figures, we may have a real chance here. It's Kerrigan. He starts off the battle towards long. There's 2 more players to find, though. It's a tricky situation, but Astralis coming out on top firmly here.
They made the comeback possible yesterday against G2 on this map. They've got a tougher task this time in Fnatic, who was looking to form to start this game off, but this round, certainly Astralis is back into it. Lekro tries to get Fnatic back on the board, but immediately Kerrigan finds Dennis. It's down to Twist and Lekro with 2 HP as he tries to spray into mid. Nade's not going to be enough, as the player he was searching for has already relocated himself inside of the B position, the B site. It's Dupree, and he's now in the hot seat as well when they start to converge onto that position.
You can see Fnatic now trying to finish this one off in the simplest fashion. They've tried a few B takes, just walking into the B side. Now they're trying the long take to the start, but in terms of the brawls that are happening on long A and B, it's actually Astralis coming out on top, but maybe something to work with here.
That's huge. That goes down, and Lekro has no time to respond with 2 HP. So he does slow them and kill 1. Twist now left under his lonesome. If they had been able to walk past that and get the second kill, bring it to a 2 versus 2, you might have thought there would have been a chance for Fnatic, but
there's a chance here, you know. Still has a chance.
Device, you're dead right, he might. 37 seconds, doesn't have to commit to this plant. They wanted to play it together. They wanted to concede the bomb plant. But Twist has done well to find that first kill. He's gonna buy even more time. Nade toward the tunnels. Thrown from Kerrigan from far to try and sell the fact that he's in that position, but he's actually rotated back to play with his teammate. Bomb's gonna go down inside safe spot. And Twist immediately does turn his attention to where he last heard the sound cue. But how aggressive does he want to go in this? He knows they're going to bust in together when they do. There's no utility aside from a Molotov. They haven't spotted him. He's isolated it. He's pulled us down. Twist, he could win the game right here. And Kerrigan spent a lot of ammo trying to find the kill. Twist has done it. 16-9 Fnatic on the back of brilliance from Twist. And I dare say we're starting to see this Fnatic roster come into its own. This could be a coming of age throughout this tournament.
What a round to finish it off as well. 3 versus 1, just as we said, Astralis had a chance to get back into it as well. I said he had a chance, and he nails that first shot towards Device, and it unfolds, and he plays it perfectly. What a fantastic performance that was to finish things off.
Well, both teams came in 1-1. Swiss system, Fnatic move up. Astralis move down. Neither team is out. But a brilliant performance, 16-9 for Fnatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to ESL One New York. We are going to catch up with Olof Meister right now. There we go. There it is. They got there in the end. Olof, nicely done. Good win over a tough team, a tough opponent. You've always played well against Astralis, you personally. But a different lineup here, and the first time you've come as a 5 to the LAN. So talk to me about the challenges that you faced.
I mean, this is the first LAN we had together, so of course it's a little bit tough. A few of our players doesn't have that much experience, but I mean, they showed that they don't really care about that. They played really good. I mean, the 1-on-3 that twisted in the end with no Kevlar is, they just show how good he are, and that we are like 5 stars played, but the world doesn't really know about them yet.
That's kind of good for you guys. It means you can fly under the radar a little bit. You're used to being a target on your back.
Yeah, but I mean, I personally hate to play group stages because you don't have anything to win. I just like to play the playoffs.
Well, you're not too far away from that now. You just need another win, and then maybe the semi-finals can beckon. What would be a good result for the new Fnatic lineup here?
I mean, our goal is go to the playoff, but everyone in our team is always aiming to win. But we will be happy with the playoffs. But of course, we want to win.
Of course. You've spent many years with the other players that you play with, and tasted success upon success and triple major championships. What do you find the motivation now? What is it different now with new players on board?
Yeah, of course. Like we have the new guys, they're bringing a lot of motivation. But at the same time, like our old team, we didn't like to play anymore. It was something we practiced for just to practice. We didn't really practice anything. So right now we have a lot of motivation and we have so much fun together. It's really fun to play.
Yeah, you do seem to be enjoying your Counter-Strike again.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, one final question. I just want to word for the old boys in the other team. They haven't done quite as well as perhaps people thought they might do. I know you'll keep an eye on them and see what they're doing. What do you make of them so far, Godsent?
They're